Hello, welcome to the fourth module of the mushroom farming course. In the first module, we try to understand the business opportunity in mushroom. In the second module, we try to understand what a mushroom looks like every part of a mushroom and why it is relevant. And then in third module, we spoke about setting up like a mushroom farm. So now that we have gotten everything that we needed for our mushroom farm, the next thing is how do we now prepare our substrate, and the substrate is the thing that is put inside the black bag, which is used to then grow the mushroom, right? We're going to learn how to prepare it, how to pasteurize it, how to mix it, how to bag it, and inoculate it with a sperm, which is what we call the mushroom seed. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can always drop a comment, but I would always suggest that you also try to go and take this course on agrodemy.net so that you'll be able to get a certificate at the end of this whole course. But if certificate is not your thing, let's just get right into it because we're here to learn how to create great spawns. Again and again, I welcome you. We are going to learn what a substrate is, why it matters, the best materials you can use as substrate in Africa, how to clean it properly, how to mix it and bag it correctly, and how to plant the mushroom spawn inside the bag. Now let's go into what is substrate in mushroom farming. So substrate is the growing medium for mushroom, like the soil or the crop, right? Soil that they use for crop. So substrate is what feeds the mycelium. So if you don't know what mycelium is the root of the mushroom and supports the mushroom development. So substrate is the soil you use to grow your mushroom. And your substrate must be nutrient rich, it must be moist, but it should not be wet, and it should be free from contaminants. Something I need you to note. You see, the yield of your mushroom farm is 80% dependent on how well you prepare your substrate. So usually what people try to do is that they just buy their substrate from a substrate vendor. There are a lot of substrate vendor online. However, in this course, our own is to teach you how to do it so that if for any reason, as you're buying, you can already start testing out with producing your own. And then over time, once you have found the hack that works for you, you stop buying and start selling. Yes. So let's get into it. What are the common substrates used in Africa? Sawdust. What is sawdust? Sawdust is like the dust that comes out from wood shaft when people are trying to cut off a wood. You find this in furniture shops and sawmills, and it is most popular and is the most popular substrate we use in Africa because it retains moisture well. Then we also use rice bran or wheat bran. You find this thing at rice mills, animal feed store, or sawmills, right? And this particular rice bran and wheat bran is what adds the NPK to your mix, right? Then we also use sugarcane bagasse. So what is sugarcane bagasse? That is that part of the sugarcane you chew when you finish sucking out the juice of the sugarcane. You find this with sugarcane sellers, people in sugarcane juice production, and this you actually need to dry it and shred it so that is a more it's not exactly smooth but rough enough for you to mix. And then we use cotton waste. You can find this in textile industry. This is very high in cellulose and it gives you great results. Lastly, you use banana leaves and stem. This is you can find this in farms and garden, especially in East Africa because compost first. I'd like to say that always make sure you use clean, dry, and well sieved substrate. So don't bring them in their very, very rough form. Make sure that you sieve them and remove every dirty out of it. Now let's go to the step-by-step preparation. Let's use the very popular mix, which is sawdust and wheat bran, or sawdust and rice bran. So first, bring in 10 parts of your sawdust. So usually I like to say maybe you're using a cup or a bowl. So 10 of that bowl of sawdust and one of that bowl of your wheat bran. And then you put 6 to 7 liters for every 10 kg of dry mix. for every 10 kg of dry mix. Then you add 1% lime or gypsum to balance the pH. You can always buy this in um, shops that sell agricultural produce. Then when you do that, you mix it, wear a clean hand glove or use hoe if you are doing this on like a cemented floor. You know, mix it, mix it, mix it, and ensure that it is evenly moist. So not that one side will be clumping to each other and the other side there's not enough drip of water in it. You mix it very well. When you are done, you look for your bags, which is the black bags, the grow bags. Do not overfill it. So allow like one third of the space for air. So when you are done, you now tie with cotton string or rubber band. I like to say rubber band because it's easier to get. Then when you are done, you then poke small air hole around the bag. Small air hole. Usually I would say start with few at the top, small air hole. I used to use syringe in making my own holes. And then you insert like a cotton plug. But I always used to say, the air hole just does the job for you. Now, the next thing you want to do is pasteurize and sterilize, right? So, what is the advantages of pasteurization? Pasteurization helps you to kill all the unwanted organisms that is inside this our mixture. And what are the tools you need? You need drum, firewood, basket or net, and you are going to put this thing inside and heat it for 1 to 2 hours. Gosh, you put water inside the drum, you put the drum, pour water in it, then you put the basket, but the basket should not touch the water. Then you carry these your bags and put inside that basket, and then you close it, put it on fire for 2 hours. That steam from the boiling water is what you use for pasteurization to kill all the unwanted organism. Then for sterilization is for like you have become a very big farm, you have a pressure cooker or you have an autoclave. So when I was working in a mushroom farm, we had both. In fact, they made us do the drum. I like to say that I was an intern with them, so they made all interns do drums. Any day we get like the farm manager very angry, he would just make us use drums. We would use drums, firewood and baskets, right, our net. And any day that is in a very happy mood, oh, you can use the pressure cooker. So as you expand, yeah, pressure cooker is a lot better, right? Pressure cooker, 30 to 45 minutes, you're done. It kills the bacteria, and we use that in the lab. And where I was doing my internship, they had a lab, right? So we just go to the lab and do what we need to do. What is the method? Place the net or the basket inside the drum. Arrange your filled bags on top, right? Fill the bottom of it with water, like I said, but make sure it doesn't touch the bags. Then you arrange your bags on top. Then you cover it with a sack or a lid. Then you add, when it has boiled for the number of hours, right? Please allow it to cool. Allow it to cool. Make sure you keep everything clean. That drum, wash it, because once anything is contaminated, it has contaminated your mushroom. And let's go to the next phase after pasteurization. So you see, we've learned how to pack the bags, we pasteurize it, and now inoculating. Now wash your hands, right? And wear your hand glove. Some people say, oh, if you wash your hand, you can then I say, wash your hand and wear your hand glove. Then open the top of each bag, right? That is now cold. This bag has to be very, very cold. Not is like it's about to get cold. Very, very cold. Then you put a spoonful of your sperm in the center. So I like to say maybe use a clean stick. So for us, we had like a spatula. So we just dig it in and then we pour our sperm inside. Then you just mix it gently or shake the bag so that the sperm can spread a bit. Then close it tight again with your rubber band or your string if you have a string. Then what you need to do is now label each bag with the date you added the sperm and the batch name. So We do ours in batches. We do ours in batches. So we usually do ours for 3 days, so Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So we put in their dates. We call batch A, batch B, and batch C. So we were three different interns. So I was batch A products, the other person was batch B, and the other was batch C. And batch A can be working on two different types of mushroom sprouts. So you just also name the type of mushroom that we are growing. That's how we were naming it. That way it's easy to track who made the mistake, right? Who did not wash his drum, right? It's easier to just track all these things. That's why labeling is very important. The ideal ratio is 1 kg of sperm should work for 20 to 25 bags. So it means that if you have 100 bags, you need 4 kg of sperm. That's how you have to think about it. Now, what is now the post inoculation tips? Once you have done this, like what we had said, added the pounds, you've tied it, make sure you store it in your dark room, that is very clean, keep your temperature at 25 to 30. The next thing you would see is that you begin to see the mycelium appear as white inside the bag within 5 to 10 days. At this stage, please do not add water to the bags. Just monitor it. If the bag begins to turn green, black, or smell, remove. It's contaminated. It is contaminated. And usually what happens is that when we hang them, because the way to hang them is we have, like, in our construction, which is why you should go and watch the video on the farm setup. The construction, you set wood and then you hang them. When we are arranging, we arrange all of the batches along the same line, so that once you notice this is contaminated, you know the remaining set of batches to watch out for. That's how we do it. I always advise that you do that. It helps you. If not, you go around your farm looking for the substrate, searching. Where is this date? And then you miss out some. So once it turns black, green, or smells, remove it. It's contaminated. But ideally, in 10 days, you should begin to see the mycelium, and then you know that it is growing. That is the end. So a quick recap: substrate is the foundation of your mushroom farm. Pasteurization is enough for most small farms. You don't even need to, you know, get a pressure cooker. Inoculation must be done with your clean hands and proper timing. And make sure you label and store your bag well for easy monitoring. That's the end of this model. In the next model, guys, we would be addressing how to manage your incubation, how to set up your fruiting condition, light, air, moisture, and how to recognize when your mushroom is ready for harvest. Let me know what you found very, very exciting, or the new knowledge you picked from this video, and I will see you in the next model.